Hey, wonderful. So I started recording just at the instant a rocket launched. Um, that was very lucky. Okay, cool. So I should probably continue this. So continue. Um, wow, that's bizarre. Uh, all right, so I was doing this playthrough trying to get some awards, and we got some. So let's have a look. Achievements. So let's see. What was going? Steam all the way. I got that. Raining bullets. I got that. Logistics network embargo. I got that. I'm on 38 hours, so I very, very clearly have not got no time for chit chat or no spoon. But wow, that's amazing. We've launched a rocket, and it all sort of happened automatically when I wasn't looking. So this one here is 96% finished. That one will be launched very soon. While you were away, yeah. So we had a problem where basically we ran out of coal to keep the power on. And that was quite sad. There were tears. There were also hordes of biters breaking through my walls. It's because this site out here is depleted. There's not a lot of coal left. But also because I had a problem with the stacker here that meant that trains weren't stacking correctly, which meant that a coal train was getting halfway in and then blocking everything. So I set up an outpost here. This is a coal patch. It's actually a mixed ore, so I've got a second train that takes in iron ore from here. I've thrown it down, it's quick and dirty, it's got a perimeter wall and flamers. It's only protected on 3 sides, the bugs only attack it from the top, and it's an extension of the oil processing base. Okay. The other thing I did, which was kind of a cheat, was I rolled back an hour in time. So I found a save from an hour earlier, I restored that save, I put down the coal outpost, I then made it so that there were at least 3 trains from 2 different sites bringing coal here. The other thing that happened was this junction used to have turning loops to allow trains to reverse. This junction gridlocked, and in gridlocking it prevented any coal trains getting through. So again, I ran out of power and the base died. So I've taken out those loops. Loops are bad. Loops on any bit of track where you have any kind of pressure are really bad. I should have known better, particularly sticking one right by a major junction. I don't know why I did it. We've launched a rocket. Wow. So next things. If you look here, these belts are dry. And the reason they're dry is because we are not bringing in enough copper ore for the same reason as everything else. We're down to a single outpost. And the single outpost just doesn't have enough, just doesn't have enough copper in it anymore. So what I need to do is find more copper. So we're good for power. We are bad for copper. There's a tiny patch there, not worth bothering with. There's a patch down here, which is 9 million. Nah. 1 million, no good. And there's a patch out here, which is 11 million. And it kind of comes down to surface area. That's an awkward shape. That's a nice shape. It's also slightly larger, 2 million, 9 million. So I think I'm going to head out towards this one here. It means killing off some biters, but I think we'll survive that. Right, what's going on here? We appear to have some trains stationary. Okay, let's run up and find out what's wrong with that. The other thing I might do is put down concrete on this entire base. I'm really noticing that you run a lot faster on concrete. So this has run out of fuel. Do I have anything I can fuel it with? No. So let's... I don't know why that's run out of fuel. We will have a look at that in a moment. Where can I grab some... we can grab some coal off here. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Wonder how long that's been stuck. Right, have some coal. So let's figure out what's going wrong there. That's one of my fluid trains. That might be why everything kind of ground to a halt when I wasn't looking. Right, down here, you can see it runs a lot faster. So the fluid should be being given plenty of fuel. Oh, hang on. Doesn't line up, does it? Now it's being given fuel. Well, that was just a daft mistake. Okay, so my fluid wagons are now being... Is that the only fluid I have? Let's... So... Yeah, I only have one train on here. I think it's time we had a second fluid train, so let's do that while we're fiddling about. I'll stand within range here. Right, and we will copy the schedule. That is shift right click. Luckily everything has kept flowing even though we have the second refinery down. Right, I only have one fluid wagon so far. I need another 3. I think this is them coming. Alright, so we have some rocket science. Currently training mining productivity, which is 1,200, but the one I really want is the artillery shell range, which is 2,000. So let's kick that off. Yeah, so I now have fluid wagons. Let's set up a train. There we are. Put these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. And then to copy the schedule over, it's shift and left click. Then need to put it into automatic. So I now have 2 trains bringing in oil, which should be much better. Right, okay. Wow. Can't believe that timing happened like that. So this is obviously launched when I wasn't looking. This is nowhere near launching. Okay. So the thing, these are backed up. The fuel is backed up into the satellite. None of the products going in. Oh yeah, the low density structures are backed up. Great. So we're making enough of those. These are the low density structure machines. So they're backed up in material. The machines here, they're making rocket fuel. They're going at the full speed that they can given the amount of rocket fuel they're getting, and there's not enough petroleum coming in. Okay, so this will be fixed once we start putting in productivity and speed beacons into the refinery here. Okay, so it looks like some bits of the productivity modules are in, some modules are in, some are not. I'm still prioritizing productivity modules here. I'll turn on the speed modules later. I'm really keen to get as much productivity as possible in. I think I'm going to change the buffer on this down to 5 though, because these are being picked up by the construction bots as quickly as they're made. So once it hits 5, it can stop. That just keeps 5 in stock. I don't need more than 5 in stock. I think the other thing I'm going to do, let's request a loudspeaker. Okay, and I really only need 1 of these. I don't need 50. Right, well, thank you very much anyway. Right, let's put down a speaker here. No, let's put it down. Where is it going to go? I think it is this drone port which is outputting logistics network contents. Okay, so let's take a green wire from here to the speaker. Right, and set this to go off when the productivity modules is greater than 4. So actually set it to 2 when it's greater than 2. Right, and I want it to okay, and I don't know what global, yeah, I want it to be heard everywhere. I want it to be there. Okay, and that's it. So I should get a nice loud klaxon noise once the productivity modules are building up, which then means then I can go back to this combinator and set it to produce speeds. Wonderful. The job I was doing when the rocket launched it, so there's no research happening. Let's find out what we are missing that's preventing research. Okay. So this is supposed to be researching. It doesn't have any red signs. Why does it not have red? Red seems like one of the ones which should be a slam dunk. Okay, there's something screwed here. Let's find our base blueprint. So this is the science area. What's going on? So, okay, those belts shouldn't be there. And we should be outputting red. Why? So this is saying it hasn't got iron gear wheels or copper. Oh, something weird has happened where these have picked up the wrong things. Okay, I wonder if we can fix this properly. Let's request filter inserters, because I've got a feeling this kind of thing may happen again. It's kind of a weird case, but we'll do all of these with, I pull all these up. Okay, and then let's put down filter inserters. Okay, and then we want to set this to copper. Okay, and then that guarantees that it's never going to pull circuits off. Now, do we have a similar problem the other side? Yeah, we do. So these have pulled off plates instead of... Right, so put those down, and these should be set to gears. Right. I'm going to make a little tiny blueprint of this. Then I'm going to rip up all these. And put it back down again with that blueprint. Wow, I'm genuinely shocked at that. I have never seen that happen before. Well, I guess in future I'll have to be aware that if you're pulling off a belt and you're only pulling one of the two materials off, to guarantee to work in all possible orders, if you're being bot built, you need to use filter inserters so that it can only ever pick up the right bits. Do we have that case anywhere else? No, these aren't mixed. These aren't. These are mixed, but each machine needs all of it. Similarly, these are mixed, but each machine needs all. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's run over here. Do we have any issues? So petroleum's now making it to the end of this sporadically, which means we're nearly at the end of this. Okay. And then these are basically not making because we don't have enough red circuits. Okay. And where are reds going? So we have pretty much a constant stream of reds going into module production, but that shouldn't be the problem. It should be backing up nicely even with that. Let's find the blueprint again. Okay, so this is the blueprint for this area. There's a big lump of red here. I think these are originally red belts. I've put in blues, that won't have hurt things. Back to that blueprint. Okay, so that's it. Previous blueprint goes here. And all those belts look happy. Except for steel, which is upgraded to blue when in the original it's red, so that's not a problem. Okay, so then let's trace this back. Down here. Okay. So we are not getting in all our copper. Okay, and the reason we're not getting in all our copper is because the copper trains have run dry. Yeah. So all roads at the moment lead to dry copper. One thing we can do while we're here is replace all these red undergrounds. They're obvious to see because they're the red things. Alright, I think that's it. I'm just replacing some of these. Bit of a dog's breakfast. This has been a learning experience getting this base going. I wouldn't do things this way again, I think is my answer. So the idea of a base driven by blueprints is really nice. I used the wrong blueprints, basically. I used blueprints optimized for running a starter style base with rockets, with modules and beacons, and I should have really dropped down the required tech levels drastically. Alright. It's actually quite easy to see what needs upgrading when there isn't any ore. I'm just going to check that there's no ore for good reasons rather than a train pile up. Because this is starting to be a bit longer than I would expect. Okay, so we have a coal train. We're unloading some copper ore. There are no obviously stuck trains. This ore patch is loading up a train, but its boxes are empty, so we're at capacity. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. We are launching rockets at some speed, 16 of 100, 10 of 100, so rockets are being launched. We are now doing a artillery shell range 1, so we're doing one of the infinite researches, despite having quite a lot of basic stuff still to train. We found various glitches in the research which would have been really painful if we hadn't fixed them. And the next thing is going out for that copper. So I'm definitely going to go for the copper up here. And before I do that, I'm probably going to take a tour around all my perimeters with a tank and lots and lots and lots of spare parts and shore up all the perimeters before I go. Well, thanks very much for watching. I still can't quite believe that we managed to get the rocket launch at the beginning of the recording. This, I guess, marks the end of my can I go from blueprints to a working base. I'm now going to move from that to trying to build this out into a really big base. The first thing is going to be securing basic resources, then I'll be claiming land, then I'm going to push towards a bot-based mega base, and I'm going to try and build it out to be as many rockets as possible. So until the machine drops below some UPS that makes it not worth playing. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for watching me up to this point. I know it's been a lot of episodes. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Look forward to seeing you again soon. All right, bye-bye.